Good morning, everyone out there who's watching and tuning in now. This is Lab, and I'm your host today. And as you all know, we are starting our second episode of Entrepreneur Show. Life may not come with a map because everyone will experience twists and turns from everyday challenges and sa ating environment ngayon, like this crisis and what's happening now in the environment. And so today I am very excited because we have a very special speaker. I can't wait to introduce him. We are very fortunate to have him in the show. He'll be sharing lots of his experiences about resiliency. So, without further ado, let's all welcome our guest speaker for today, Sir Jason. We are very fortunate to really have you
Okay.
in the show.
Sa lahat ng nanonood, thank you very much for tuning in to the show. And I'm very happy to be here to talk about actually two things. Bounce Back, which some of you may be members already of Bounce Back. And of course, to talk about the concepts in my book, The Practical Entrepreneur. So I'm hoping that I can give you some knowledge today, the things that I've experienced while being an entrepreneur almost all my adult life.
You are really a perfect fit para dito sa show because our show really aims to share the experiences of business owners and entrepreneurs, lalo na yung kanilang mga struggles and challenges.
I think from the start, I was already very, very sure that I was going to be an entrepreneur, even while back in college.
From the very start.
And I always believe kasi you have to do everything with intention, which means if you intend to become an entrepreneur, then don't do things that will stop you from being an entrepreneur. I really believe in challenging yourself and to see if you can really do what you really believe in.
Alam na alam mo na kung anong gusto mo. There is a clarity within that.
Yes.
Sa iyo, kung ano yung gusto mo talaga.
Correct. To do things intentionally, that's one of the lessons I learned. If you want to clean your house, for example, you have to walk around with a garbage bag. Kasi kung sinabi mo sa sarili mo, sige, lilinisin ko ang bahay ko. But if you don't walk around intentionally with a garbage bag, then you are not doing it intentionally. Kung meron ka lang makitang basura, tsaka mo pupulutin, di ba? Make sure when you aim or want to do something, just like being an entrepreneur, everything that you do has to have an intention to become an entrepreneur.
Umpisa pa lang, marami na tayo natutunan. No? When you say that the word intentional, it speaks a lot of your character.
When you have leadership skills when you're young, you want to lead and you want to innovate, you want to create instead of follow, diba? I think entrepreneurs have the ability to make a difference or an impact in the world through innovation. Kasi sila yung mga malilikot ang isip, they create. Because if they don't create, they don't have any product to sell. Entrepreneurs are in different stages. I call it practical innovation. It drags so long that you forget about your cash flow, you forget about feeding your family, you forget about that. You're always thinking about your innovation, diba? A lot of entrepreneurs, they lose cash, get tired, diba? After so many years of trying to innovate, trying to create, trying to invent. So you have to have a strategy. You have to be also practical about it.
Who inspire Jason Dela Rosa?
Siyempre, my family, my father is also an entrepreneur. Once you feed it with actions, once you feed it with meditation, talagang you'll able to achieve your goals. So yung bounce back, we are creating programs para makatulong sa mga negosyante at saka mga SMEs na kailangan mag-bounce back from the crisis. Ang dami na affected talaga. 80% of SMEs and entrepreneurs, they don't have enough savings in the bank in order to last them, the pandemic. So kung nag-lockdown ulit, talagang mahirapan na. Kung hindi naman nag-lockdown, yung social distancing naman, mahirapan din sila mag-bounce back kasi mga customer hindi rin lumalabas masyado. Magkakaroon ng long-term effect yan sa mga negosyo. So Bounce Back right now is creating long-term strategies for SMEs, mga programa para makatulong sa mga entrepreneurs and professionals. Now, our goal is to train and certify 10 million Filipinos. So we call it competency and compassion. The reason why it's growing and it's helping a lot of people, it's not just about business, about financial assistance, about competency. It's also about compassion. And I believe the framework that we're going to do for people to bounce back, kailangan may element ng sacrifice, compassion, and kindness. Kung wala yun, mahirapan tayo. The epidemic is not a business tragedy. It's a human tragedy. So at the end of the day, it's all about us humans.
Why is this skills very important for entrepreneurs at business owners? Or not just entrepreneurs, business owners, actually sa lahat, pati sa mga professional.
Entrepreneurship, it's a really a game of endurance. The risk of failure is very high because the conditions or unexpected events happen. It's really necessary for you to build the endurance against the unpredictable. So if you don't build your endurance early on in order to help the effects of the crisis, mahihirapan ka talaga. You'll be struggling. It will help you as an entrepreneur move. Kumbaga, kung may bagyo, you can steer a ship through the storm.
I like what you said, Sir Jason, when you said even before, kasi a lot of people now is just realizing hindi nila masyadong napag-isipan kung kailangan ba natin ng ganitong skills.
Kasi ang mga Pinoy, sa sobrang positive thinking and they're very optimistic about, reaching the goal. But ang nakakalimutan nila, wala silang strategy na dinidesign. Avoid the brick walls na haharang sa kanila while they're pushing towards their goal. So, in inversion thinking or inversion theory, you first start with the failure in mind. And then you work backwards. You plot all the things that you will do in order to hit that failure. So ang gagawin mo ngayon, pag nagpaplano ka ngayon forward, lahat gagawin mo para lang i-avoid yung mga walls na to. Even if it takes longer to reach your goal, at least hindi ka tatama sa mga brick walls along the way. So it's all about a failure strategy. It's not pessimism, positive thinking, but negative strategy. Yan ang palagi kong tinuturo. Actually, the number one killer of startups and entrepreneurs is a word that starts with letter P, which is, can you take a guess?
Letter P.
Hindi pera.
Is it procrastination?
No. Ang nakita kong common sa kanila, the reason why they fail is because of letter P, passion. If your passion is overtaking your rational thinking, we call it impractical idealism. Yun yung nakita ko sa mga startups na, hindi, kaya yan. Okay, this is my passion eh. And then, what they forget is they have this obsession now with their product that they don't listen to everybody else. It's like, I'm so in love with my product and I'm so in love with my service that I know nobody can copy me. I have to keep this a secret and I don't want to listen to anybody. This is my invention. This is my passion. This is my product. Yun yung mga things na nakakalimutan ng mga businesses. At the end of the day, pag inisip mo pala na ito yung goal ko pala, madali lang pala, hindi pala masyadong mataas. Na hindi pala kailangan tong mga bagay na to sa buhay ko. Be happy and contented even without these things. You have to sit back and listen to yourself, meditate. Ano ba talaga ang gusto ko? Okay?
Wow.
Ngayon, plano natin na magkaroon ng investors. Nawala lahat yon because of the crisis, correct? So we're now down to our basic. So how are you gonna manage your 24 hours in a day right now as an entrepreneur? There are two things that you have to look at as an entrepreneur. Number one, you ask yourself, does it give me value? And number two, does it drive results? Kung itong dalawa hindi na meet ng answer mo, ibig sabihin, itapon mo na yung activity na yun from your life. Kasi how you manage your time right now is very, very critical in order to reach your goals. As an entrepreneur, time now is very important. Nakita natin lahat during the crisis. We had so much time, yet so little time. Kasi we have so much time kasi nasa bahay lang. But we have so little time because our cash is depleting and we have to do something in order to bounce back. So ngayon, our concept of 24 hours, talagang you have to manage it na bigla. Ang dami mong oras pero wala ka ring oras kasi paubos na yung pera mo.
Nare-realize talaga natin there are many things that we are doing that doesn't really contribute to our own goals.
Ngayon, especially in the crisis, kailangan mo ngayon itong concept na quick win. In the short term, paano ako mag-endure in the short term? Now is not the time to really think long term. Okay? Kasi the goal now is to put money in your pocket or to feed your family, to feed yourself, para makapag-isip ka, how do I now move on with my business? So win the small battles mo. Malay mo, nag-iiba yung long-term goals mo. Hindi pala ganyang kalaki ang long-term goal ko. Ito lang pala, dahil mas simple na ngayon ang buhay ko eh. So very important
Yes.
in resiliency and endurance is the concept of the quick win.
Wow. So it's all about winning the small things. It's very practical actually, sir. If you really think about it.
Alam mo kaya nauubos ang pera ng mga negosyante, ng mga startups dahil they plan too long term. Alam mo pag naggumawa ka ng business plan na 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, usually naman hindi nasusundan eh. 3-year plan, 2-year plan, 5-year plan. Wala doon nangyari. It's all about being able to evolve and change as the environment because everything is unexpected. Kung ikaw hindi nag-change, yung buong environment mo nag-change yan. So yeah, resiliency includes adapting to change. So dapat magaling ka mag-adjust. You have to keep adjusting and then
Yes.
learn. Pero there are situations kasi na napagdaanan mo na, alam mo na how to steer.
Yes.
That's why very important ang inversion thinking kasi napaplot mo na yung mga things na na-experience mo. Ipaplot
Yes.
mo na agad para yung team mo, pag nagpaplano kayo, alam na nila, okay, avoid na natin to. So predictable ang path to success. The problem is, we did not use inversion thinking with this crisis. Hindi natin ni-plot, there will be a crisis like this. Pero if everybody created the failure point na, okay, there's going to be a crisis, then ready tayo lahat. Well, it's a decision na you will make. Maraming mga factors yan. But one thing's for sure, you have to learn to let go if it's already making you bleed. For example, if you're in the travel and tours business and you're still paying employees, I think that it's not the time to do that. Pwede mo i-pause muna yung negosyo na yun kasi magbe-bleed ka lang. Dahil alam mong wala naman magta-travel in the next months or even a couple of years. So, you have to also have the courage to let go of your business kahit na I know you're close to already to that business. So you have to make an intelligent decision. How much am I bleeding from this business? What you have to do is either innovate on your current business to go on, or pause mo muna or stop mo entirely. You have to decide intelligently. If you're gonna stop your business, make sure lang you have a fallback. You have a means to bring in cash flow. You have to check your cash position. If you can endure, let's say, how many months can you endure? 3 months? 6 months? 1 year? Kung 1 month na lang, kailangan mag-isip ka na ng way in order to help you endure the next few months. Think of another business wherein you can sell. Meron mga crisis-friendly business, selling essential goods. Meron mga online selling. Pwede kang mag-virtual assistant muna, mag-online freelancing muna. So, depends on your skills. Like you're doing coaching. So many things you can do online. If they want to continue their business, they have to negotiate. Yung mga landlord and loans and rental rates, everything. Negotiate nila lahat yun para ma-conserve lang yung cash nila. Tapos, saka na sila lumaban ulit kung ano. Pero, tingnan din nila if it's still a viable business. Kasi, yung new normal na sinasabi nila, mag-extend pa yan ng matagal.
That leads me to the next question actually, Sir Jason, nabanggit mo na siya. How important is to have a mentor, to have a coach, or advisor, or consultant pagdating sa business?
I still believe that we are mentors of each other. For example, ako may matutunan ko sa'yo eh. Ikaw may matututunan ka sa akin. Ibig sabihin, we are mentors of each other. Kasi at the end of the day, ang mentorship naman is all about sharing of experience. May natututunan din ako dun sa mini-mentor ko eh. Kasi iba naman ang mga buhay natin lahat eh, di ba? So, mas importante sa akin to get into a community of people helping each other.
Wow, I like that. Mentor to each other. Sabi mo nga.
Create groups and share. Mag-share kayo sa isa't isa.
And that is actually aligned dito sa ating show na ginagawa. Ito yung Entrepreneur Show because what we're trying to aim is to be mentor to each other. You sharing your stories, yung mga napagdaanan mo, the wisdom that you have, sir, is really, really valuable information para sa us. Thank you so much, Sir Jason. Again, I appreciate your time. Be with each other para makapag-bounce back tayo ng mas cool at mas mabilis dito sa crisis. Even hindi pa natatapos. Thank you so much again and I see you on the next episode. This is your host, Lav, joining you in doing business. Thank you so much.